And what we're going to do is hit the save button. So hit save. Ask me what I want to save, and I want to save selection 200 to 299. That's the user bank default area. So I say OK, and I give it a name for the file I'm going to save there. The name of my file before was Tim sample. I'm just going to name it here Pew file. Okay, so that Pew file is going to save my Tim sample in it, and whatever other samples I've saved in that bank too. We'll look at that later, but you can save many different files. Save them all into that bank 200 section, 200, 201, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth. And then it gives a big name, save as here, to all the ones you saved in there. I hit OK. It says wait. Your current directory for Pew file, yada yada yada. Use that? Yes, I do want to use this current directory. Hit OK. Replace existing file. I recorded an earlier file on here called Pew file. Yes, I don't care. Yes, replace it. You should give it your own unique name though. Go in one by one and change the names of this file, because this file is going to contain several of your files. Good, it's saved it. I'm ready to go. I'm done. So now, if I delete everything on this system, I can load it back onto here. Or I can take it from here and I can bring it onto one of the Mac computers and save it somewhere else, like my flash disk. Save it onto the hard drive there, something like that. So now you have the file not only saved into the keyboard's temporary memory, but also saved onto the smart media disk, so that we can transport it, bring it back and forth. In case anyone messes up the disk or something, we'll be able to load it back onto the keyboard and not have lost anything. If you don't hear any sound here, you need to make sure that the speakers are on in the first place. So you'll need to turn on this Yamaha amplifier, and you can see right here that it has this little red part telling you that it's on. And then you want to turn on this other one right below it here, the Roland mixer. Hit the power there. You should be fine then. So if you do come into some situation where you've turned on both the Yamaha and the Roland and nothing's still happening, make sure that there's volume going to 3/4. Down here, there's the volume for it. Okay, it's going to go through 3/4, and I believe 5/6 for the other keyboard, for this one over here. Just test it out when you hit sounds. If you don't see anything happening, check up here. Check to make sure that somewhere there's a light going off that'll let you know that the sound really is coming in. This little power cord here is right behind this whole mixer where your microphone is plugged into in the first place. You might need to jiggle that a bit to get it to plug in. Sometimes it falls out a bit and then you're not getting any sound from the microphone up here. So no sound from the microphone, that might be your reason. So now that you've recorded your awesome sample and you recorded it onto your disc, let's take this disc, which is one of these smart media discs, and it's found right behind the Kurzweil. You see where the blue glowing light is? That's where it's found. So we grab down to the blue glowing light, aha, and then grab it right by the edge. Boom. There we have smart media. Cool. So we take that thing and we're going to stick it in this little smart media card reader here. Now take the smart media card and insert it into the reader. The gold reading part here, this part, should be facing towards us, towards the left there. Take it and stick it in, and when you do and it's correct, you'll see this green light go on above it. Cool, and it'll blink. And that means that it's accepted in the computer. So over on the computer screen then, you'll see this, untitled. That's your smart media on the desktop there. Double click it, and it'll bring up whatever's on top of it. So we got various things actually on the drive at the moment. And there may be stuff on the drive. You can just leave it on there, and you'll see your recording there. If you're on the Macintosh and you click over here in one of these little areas, they display things in different ways, as icons, as a list. Okay, so I'm going to go down through it and find my file. these files have a certain look through them. If it says .k26, that means it's from one of these Kurzweil 2600 samplers. And it'll have this little black looking box thing to the left of it. If it doesn't say something like that, if it says file 05592.wave, something else .wave or something, then it's a file that was recorded with one of the portable recorders or brought in some way else. But all the Kurzweil files are brought in and they look like this, .k26. I'm just going to drag it onto the desktop. Drag it here on the desktop somewhere. I want to put it on the desktop because then I can take it, I can insert my own disk, my little flash disk, and I can drag it on and save it to my flash disk. That way if someone erases all the memory on this smart media card, I still have a copy of my file. So make sure you take your file, drag it off of the disk onto the computer's desktop, and then copy it onto your own disk that you stick in on your own little flash drive to store with you. Okay? What you'll be doing later is you'll be taking the same file and loading it up on the Kurzweil keyboard. So I'll show you that in just a second. The final thing we need to do now is we need to go to where it says Untitled. And we need to click this button here. If we click that button, it'll eject the disk. So we can click there to eject it, or we can simply take it and drag it into the trash can. As we drag towards the trash can, look, it turns into an eject button. Okay, so either way is fine. We can either go up here and hit this eject button in the sidebar of a Finder window, or go down here, boom, eject it that way. Either way is cool. Now we've safely ejected the disk, go over to it, remove it, and take this disk, stick it back into Kurzweil. Now imagine you had just reset this thing. You had just gone over to Master 2, Reset, Yes, Yes, and you come in with a blank keyboard. It's got concert piano there. If I go to 200, not found. There's nothing in there. So we don't have our pew sample anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the back of it, stick in our disk, and once I've stuck the disk in there, I'm going to click here, disk. Brings this up here. The current disk I have is smart media. That's what I want. So I go to load, which is going to take it from the disk and put it onto the keyboard. Hit that. Please wait. And then I find the file I want. ATM file, whatever else. Chase file. Hey Chase, how you doing? I go there until I find my file. Pew file. All these waves. Notice though, I could load wave files too. So when we do the portable recorders, you'll be able to record a wave file. Take it from your flash disk, stick it on one of these and load it up. There it is, pew file. Sweet. So now I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to see the smart media loading. It says where do I want to load it? Like always, 2 to 299. Now it's going to say append or fill. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to say fill, or just append rather. Append is just going to put it on the end of anything else that's there, so it won't write over something. It doesn't matter. Hit append or fill, either way. Good. Now we have loaded it. So if we go to program, boom, come back over here. Tim Sample was the name of it, actually, the one I saved. So there it is.